Now I am going to explain you germination in a garden bean. Put some garden bean seeds in moist cotton and place them in a petri dish. Germination occurs slowly, starting with the absorption of water. Now put this seed in soil. Now after 2 days, you will see the radical lengthens and forces out through the seed coat in the region of the micropyle. The radical grows downward and develops the root system, while the plumule grows upward, develops the shoot system. Here the type of germination in bean seed is apigeal germination. Now what is apigeal germination? To understand this, first of all, see the cotyledon. When you see a cotyledon, there is cotyledonary node. Here it is cotyledonary node, from where the portion present between radical and cotyledonary node is called hypocotyle. Okay, and the portion present between cotyledonary node and plumule is called epicotyle. Here, when the germination starts, the hypocotyle elongates faster than epicotyle. So what happens? The hypocotyle elongates faster. That's why the cotyledons get pulled out above the soil and they come out of the soil. So this type of germination is called apigeal germination, in which cotyledons comes out of the soil. They goes out of the soil. This type of germination you will find in bean, tamarind, papaya and cucumber. So this it is called apigeal because api means above, geal means soil, above the soil. The cotyledons pushed above the soil, and then the formation of leaves, foliage take place, which unfold and start preparing food after growing up. Now I am going to explain you hypogeal germination. This type of germination you will find in pea seed, in maize, rice, groundnut. In these plants you will find hypogeal germination. Now what is hypogeal germination? Hypo means below and geal means soil, means below the soil. And what is below the soil? Here cotyledon remain below the soil. So this type of germination is called hypogeal germination. This is the picture showing germination in a pea seed. And see here, when the germination starts, when you soak up pea seed and put it in the soil, then you will see that when it starts germinating, then the epicotyle elongates faster than hypocotyle. And I have explained you about hypocotyle and epicotyle. Epicotyle, portion between cotyledonary node and plumule. Epicotyle and hypocotyle is portion between cotyledonary node and radical is hypocotyle. So here in hypogeal germination, epicotyle elongates faster than hypocotyle. So what happens? It elongates faster and grown up and comes out of soil, and the cotyledon remains inside the soil. And then so in this way, that's why it is called hypogeal germination. The same thing happens in the maize grain. Maize grain also. Now I am going to explain you germination in maize grain. In maize grain, there is endosperm present, as I have explained you in the structure of maize grain. The endosperm is the food stored in maize grain. It is used as food by plumule and radical for growth. The epicotyle here, it is the portion between the cotyledonary node and plumule. Epicotyle, the portion between the cotyledonary node and radical, hypocotyle. The epicotyle elongates faster than hypocotyle. That's why what happens, it goes out of the soil and the cotyledon remain inside the soil. That's why it is called hypogeal. Hypo means below, geal means soil. Below the soil, the cotyledon remain inside the soil, below the soil. That's why it is called hypogeal germination. Here now I am going to demonstrate you the 3 bean experiment. This experiment is to demonstrate the conditions necessary for germination. For this you have to take a beaker filled half with water and take a glass slide and you need 3 bean seeds. Now what you have to do, you have to tie these bean seeds on this glass slide and pour this glass slide in the beaker like this, that the first bean seeds should be fully immersed in the water, the second should be partially submerged in the water, partially it should be inside the water and partially outside, and the third one is out of the water. It should be completely out of the water. Now leave the experiment for 2-3 days. Now after 2-3 days you will find that the first one seed which is inside the water doesn't show any germination, as it get the too much moisture and very little amount of oxygen. That's why it doesn't germinate. The third one, same here, it doesn't germinate because it doesn't get water and doesn't get moisture. That's why it doesn't germinate. But the middle one seed, which was partially immersed in the water, it shows germination. It starts germination. The radical comes out from here and the plume will form the shoot system and leaves come out of it. So it is showing germination due to all the conditions it get the air, it get the water, and it get the suitable temperature for germination. That's why it shows the germination. Now I am going to describe you the conditions necessary for germination. To show that water, air and favorable, these are the necessary conditions for seed germinations. There is an experiment which we perform. For this, take 4 jars, some cotton and few bean seeds. Now, mark the jars as jar A, jar B, jar C and jar D. In jar A, put the bean seed with cottons and keep it inside the laboratory so that it will get right amount of air and right amount of suitable temperature. But no water put in this jar. In jar B, here add some water in this jar, cotton with bean seeds put in it and add the water. The water should be boiled and cooled. Here we will boil the water to remove the air present in it. And then on the water put the coconut oil or any oil to make a layer over the water so that no diffusion of air take place. Here water is available, suitable temperature is available, but there is no air because we have restricted it by putting the oil drop and by boiling the water, by using boiled water. And in third jar, put the cotton with bean seed and put some tap water in this jar. So only some amount of water put in this jar and leave this jar into the laboratory. Here the jar get sufficient amount of air, water and suitable temperature also. And in jar D, here do the same thing, put the cotton with bean seeds and pour the tap water, but put this jar into the refrigerator. Do not leave it into the laboratory. Now after 2-3 days, when you watch this, then you will find out that in jar A there is no germination as there was absence of water. In jar B also there is no germination take place because there was absence of air. But in jar C you will see germination take place in bean seeds as there were sufficient amount of water was available, air was available and the temperature was suitable for the germination. That's why the bean seeds put in the jar C, they will germinate. And in jar D, you will see there is no germination because as you put this in the refrigerator, so the jar D didn't get the favorable temperature to show germination. Here the air was sufficient, water was sufficient, but it didn't have favorable temperature, so the beans didn't show any germination. Thanks for watching.